Hello and welcome to Rambly Running, and this week, not one, not two, but three, yes, three runs. Don't say you don't get your money's worth. So out for a run. As you can see, I don't dress like this for pleasure. And yeah, now this video is going to feature the three runs, as I said in my intro. And the truth of the matter is, it's confession time. I had actually filmed already two runs that were supposed to be complete videos in themselves. And unfortunately, and as I'm going to talk about a bit later, they never made it onto the YouTubes. So I thought that I would instead combine those two runs into this run and make one video with them all in. Just as if, you know, you're glutton for punishment, give you three runs. So with no further ado, I think I ought to go back to the first run that we're going to be talking about this week. It was 3 weeks ago today. It was my long run of the week, and it was, hopefully, a 10K. There we go, run complete. And I've actually, rather than my GoPro that I normally use to film with, I've pulled my phone out of my pocket because it is getting quite dark now, and I think my phone might actually make a better job of it. The GoPro doesn't like the dark, whereas the phone is a little bit better. I'll just get away from this traffic and then I'll let you know how the run went on. Well, because I went out a bit later than I really intended and had a few work things I just couldn't wait, I had to do. But, you know it is. And because, yeah, I went out and I forgot my water, I thought, oh dear, it's not stacking up well. So I thought to myself, I know what I'll do, I'll just do 5K. Then I started running and I felt really good. You know what it's like? You'll know what I mean if you're a runner. Sometimes you go out and you just don't feel it, and other times you go out and you think, oh yeah, today's the day. So it was one of those days, I'm pleased to say. And I must say, actually, just have a little tangent, go off on a tangent. It's the Rambly channel, I'm allowed to. And yeah, I kind of needed the run. So it's going to get very dark here. I sort of needed it today because, yeah, it's a sunny day-ish. It's obviously not now. And I felt I just needed the run. Do you know what I mean? It's been one of those years, and I needed to get out and I needed to get that run in, and it just does lift your spirits, you know, having a good run. I hope you can see me, and if you can't, it's a bonus, as I said in last week's video. Anyway, so it felt good, so I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll just keep going. I'll go on my regular 10K route, and I can turn around at any point if I suddenly decide I'm not feeling it anymore. But I did do my one of my favourite 10K routes, so I did 10K, and you'll see the times coming up on the screen now. And well, I haven't looked at them, but I know it's going to be a much better time than I've probably had this year. Probably my best 10. It's probably only my third 10K of the year. Let's not get overboard here. But it's definitely, I'm sure it is better than the first two. So that is my first run. Now we're going to fast forward 7 days to my next long run. Well, I say long run, for many people 10K, they could barely start it. But for me, at the moment especially, that's quite a long run. So we're going to fast forward those 7 days, a week later. That's what 7 days is. And see how I got on my next run. There we go. Run complete. And as you can see, I've stopped right on the coast, which was nice. I haven't run directly on the coast for a while. I quite often run up along the cliffs so I can see the sea, but to actually come right down towards the beach, I haven't done that for a while. And when I got to there, I ran first of all along the promenade, which is quite nice, firm underfoot, so that's quite pleasant. And then, rather than coming back through the woods, which is going to get a bit dark and dingy at this time of night, I thought that I would come back, actually keep going and come back along the beach. And because that's a little bit slightly dodgy underfoot because of the sand, so I tried running down right towards the sea, and because there it's a little bit kind of sinky underfoot, that's a technical term, sinky, and so I kind of came back in a bit, and yeah, it was all right, it was okay. But it means that the times that are going up on the screen at the moment might be a bit slow. Well, it's slow anyway, let's be honest, but particularly slow for about the last 600 metres, because that's when I was running on the sand. But I'm not going to lie to you, that was hard work. But I'm really pleased that I ventured out. I mean, who would, you know, it's a lovely place to run. So yeah, that's all right. I'm just pleased, whatever the times are, that I'm keeping up with the 10Ks. And it did come up for most of the run. My watch kept bleeping at me and saying that I was below my zone 4, which is okay because I want to stay below zone 4 really. So that brings us bang up to date then, and this is my next run. Now in fact, it has been 2 weeks since that run that you've just seen, and the reason that I haven't been out for 2 weeks has been, I've been a bit busy, but that's not really an excuse. It's mainly been the weather. It's been atrocious actually, rain and wind and all sorts of nastiness, and autumn finally arrived in November, end of November, and there were a lot of leaves around. It was wet and the leaves were a bit slippy as well. That's no excuse. I could have found a route. Probably it was mainly the busyness and the fact that it was raining, absolutely throwing it down at the times when I might have been able to venture out. So, you know, there we go, sod's law. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind a bit of rain, don't get me wrong, but not when it's absolutely throwing it down. No way. So yeah, so okay, so that's kind of what's happened, and I've put the 3 runs into this video. This run today, I'm hoping to do a 10K, that's the plan. Just doing my warm up now and get going. It's quite nice actually, it's a bit cold, but that's okay, don't mind that. You can wrap up and just kind of get going. Very pleasant actually. At least it's not wet, frankly. And I'm going to talk after this run a little bit. Actually, I won't. I'll do it now, because the problem is, if I do video and filming after my run, I go out quite late in the day and it's getting dark and you can't see. So I want to can't see me very well. And while that's a good thing, I want to kind of keep the end of the video, the outro, quite short because of the, you know, the fact that it doesn't look very nice. You know, it's just, you know, the sun's gone, basically. So let's just talk briefly about what's been going on and why I haven't been getting that many running videos out. Partly because I want the videos to not just be all the same and me to actually have something worth putting in the video. So 3 runs, that's worth putting out, I think. But also, there haven't been a lot of kind of other content, like the kind of rambly electric stuff, which I've got tons of that ready to put out, filmed but not edited. And the main reason is that I've been doing a whole load of editing still, but on other stuff really. I've got a long form content, a couple of long form videos coming out on the channel really soon, so I'm really excited about, and they're on subjects that I've never covered before actually. It's going to wreak havoc with the YouTube algorithm. I mean, the YouTube algorithm hates me already, but this is just gonna go into meltdown, frankly, when it sees these videos. But I've really enjoyed working on this stuff, but it's hugely time consuming, and it's kind of taken up every spare moment working on. One of these videos I've been working on it for months, and it's an hour long, and I'm not in it at all. It features other people, features lots of content that I've had from other people, pictures, videos, loads of archive footage that I went through. Hours and hours and hours of that. I mean, hours of footage that I shot myself as well, but the whole thing's edited down to an hour. And I've so enjoyed working on it, just the whole creative process of making the content, filming it. It's a documentary. Get me, hey, what do I think I am? And it, you know, it's great to have been like talking. I did the interviews and all of this stuff, and then editing that down and doing the research, trying to get permission for archive footage so that I could use it, and all that all the stuff that you normally have multiple people working on stuff like that, and I was working on it all. But I loved it. I so enjoyed it. And the video is going to go out. It's really not my demographic of this channel at all, and yet that's not kind of why I've made the video, which sounds a bit odd, but it'll make sense perhaps when it goes out. Now, I don't know, I'm planning for this video to go out before that one drops, but knowing how things have been over the last few weeks, it's entirely possible that that video might have already dropped before this one. So the plan is for that documentary to go out, I think, about 12th of December 2023. So if you're watching this after that, it's probably already dropped. And yeah, I just so enjoyed making it, and I hope it's going to go down well. I don't know. I don't know if anybody will watch it, but anyway, I've enjoyed making it, even if no one watches it. So anyway, there we go. It's all very cryptic, isn't it? So I won't say any more than that. Needless to say, let's crack on with my run. I need to walk a bit more now. I've stood still because of the noisy traffic. I didn't want to go down the main road, because then you wouldn't be able to hear me, which is really bad. You won't be able to see me later in the video because of the sun going down. You won't be able to hear me because of the traffic. 2 great reasons to walk down the main road in the dark doing some filming. So here I am, and I'm actually vlogging while I'm running, and it's quite a while since I've done that. So yeah, come down the beach again, not across the sand this time, just on the promenade. Very pleasant. It's quite warm actually for this time of year, for mid-December, so, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, that's good. I have to say, I'm still having a bit of trouble motivating myself to get out. Once I'm out, it's okay, but I'm still not quite 100% back yet. But you know, I'm getting there. Anyway, that's enough waffle. There's been quite enough run. 3 runs, what about that? So I don't know when the next video will be, whether it will be in 2023 or 2024, I don't know. Most likely 2024, I expect, but I don't know, because I got some Rambley Electric stuff I'd very much like to get up on the channel. And yeah, I don't know. Actually, you might think when I finish that other, because I haven't really finished that epic video that I was talking about, I'll be able to get back to my regular posting schedule. But actually, I've got another video that I'm working on, and the one that's coming out soon, or has come out, depending on when you're watching this, the long one, that hasn't got me in it at all. This next one that I've been working on, it's all me, and it's kind of talking about something that happened this year. Again, not a subject that I've generally covered on the channel, and it sort of tells the story of it over a number of months. So I'm in it quite a lot, I'm afraid. But yeah, I'm sort of going to be quite fastidious with that one as well. So I hoped I was going to get that out this year, but I think it's more likely going to be 2024 now, if I'm being brutally honest. But I hope anyway that you'll like that one when it comes as well. So I hope you like it. I'm mixing things up a little bit on the channel. I do love to read your comments, so do post them. Like this video if you have enjoyed this rambly 3 runner, and if you're new here, I'd be delighted if you would subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.